Everyone, I am so excited about this conversation today because it is one that every entrepreneur needs to hear. Join me is the incredible Katrina Sawa, a 14-time international best-selling author with 22 books, a dynamic business coach, and the founder and CEO of JumpstartYourBizNow.com and JumpstartPublishing.net. Katrina is known for her direct, no fluff, results driven approach to helping entrepreneurs simplify their marketing, automate their systems, and finally build a business that works as hard as they do. You'll be seeing Katrina live on the main stage at the Global Cash Summit 2025, where she'll be leading an interactive session titled Automate to Accelerate Systems That Free Your Time and Skyrocket Your Income. But today we're giving you a sneak peek into what's coming and why systems, structure, and automation are absolute game changers for business owners who want freedom and profitability. So, Katrina, many entrepreneurs find themselves trapped in the cycle of working harder, adding more to their plate, and still not seeing that freedom or the income that they want. Why do you think this is such a common struggle?
I think there's just too many things to do and people get overwhelmed and they just can't. We have to learn so many things, as an entrepreneur, and it does get overwhelming. I'm in the middle of learning a bunch of stuff right now about AI and social selling and automating a lot of things on social media right now that I don't even have done 23 years into my business because, of course, there wasn't social media 20 years. But yeah, there's just a lot. And
Yeah, that's important truth for people to know. Yeah, most people don't even realize that systems really are the things that creates freedom in their lives, right? So,
Oh, yes, totally.
yeah,
And there's always more to do. So you're never done. It's like, oh, I'm going to get my CRM. I'm going to get my funnels done. I'm going to get my, autoresponders done. I'm going to get my lead magnet done, and then I'll be good. No, because then there's the next thing.
yeah.
Like, or you do a summit like this where you have to create the next funnel or the next offer or another thing that's going to bring people in. There's always more to do.
Yeah, and that consistency really doesn't come from working longer hours, though. It really comes from creating that structure that supports the success. So, automating things along the way, getting things set up so that they can be repeatable, many of them. These are ways that we can really move people forward to take away some of the hours of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I used to work really long hours and was a total workaholic in the beginning when I started my business. And then I got divorced and then I had even more time, right? And then when I got divorced, because was single and I'm like, oh, well, if I don't have a date or something to do, I'm just going to work. Because work to me is fun. So it doesn't feel like work, right? But then I got married again and with a little kid, he had a little kid. And so well, not soon, it was a few years into the marriage that I realized, well, one day she came to me and she said, "You're always gone, you're never here." And I'm like, oh, okay. I was traveling all over speaking and flying in places, going to events. And this was before COVID. And I'm like, okay, I need to change things. Let me change, less travel, be home more. And then COVID hit, and I'm like, I guess I'm not going anywhere, so that's fine. And then, and then I've slowly transitioned 5 years after COVID started to a much shorter work day, so that because now I am picking her up after school and all the things. So yeah, I mean, sometimes your priorities will shift. I know a lot of people going through cancer, and my husband went through cancer. He had a heart surgery too, and I've had two surgeries just this year alone. And so we have to have things in place so we can live and have things happen because they will.
Yeah, for sure. These life things come up all the time.
They do.
But you made a decision also to change the structure of how you were doing things. It's like a
I did.
personal choice, right? So we still get to create the lives that we want, the
Yeah.
results that we want. And, we can't be in victim mode where we say, oh, I have so much to do. I have this, I have that. But, yes, these things are true. But at the same time, we get to choose life too. We get to
Yeah.
choose to have those times with our families and those times like picking up our stepdaughters that those are beautiful moments that you're never going to get back, and they actually contribute to your life and your stepdaughter's life. These are memory making times that it's important to make those times. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for
it
sure.
is.
Yeah, yeah. So, this is really something that everybody needs to hear. These are all stories that we are all facing as entrepreneurs and business owners, and we need to automate to accelerate, really. So, is this really what inspired that theme? And what kind of transformation do you really want people to walk away with after your live talk on November 20th?
I want them to have at least two things they can go and do, right? Not everything costs money either. I'm all about free first, then pay. What can you do for free? Like, and then what do you really need to invest in? And sometimes it's not a lot. There's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of noise out there saying, oh, you need course software, you need landing pages, you need this, you need the $300 CRM. You don't. You need certain tools, but there are less expensive ways to get started, and then you can grow in phases. So I'm all about helping people grow the most affordable way for where they are in their business. Because I've been there where I didn't have the money,
Right?
okay, but I still had to do the things. So my coach at the time, in the beginning, was one of those coaches that believed in high end stuff. And of course, I had a high end program, but I'm talking like she wanted us to pay for first class, flights and pay for the Ritz-Carlton hotel. And I'm like, no, no, I need coach and I need Motel 6. Like, that's what I got right now. Like, she, unfortunately, there's so many great things about that particular coach, but she should have told me to fly coach and do Motel 6. Do you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of wasting money. I know that it's a mindset thing, but I'm the practical, tactical gal that will tell you do this first. Then in a year, you're going to move to this because it's more effective and more efficient. And it's going to be easy. Don't worry. Some people say, no, just get into it now. And then I've seen way too many people pay $300 to $500 a month for a year and a half because they never implemented the thing
Yeah.
because someone told them to get into that software or whatever it is. No, I don't do that.
No, I think that is so powerful. And it's true, actually. It's just common sense. And I think that that is very intelligent, actually. I mean, we don't want to live beyond our means. It's not that
No.
we don't believe that we're going to be able to afford something, but there is a reality to every situation as well, right? Sometimes there's a reality. I cannot afford to be at that hotel. I cannot afford the plane tickets to go to that mastermind. Sometimes you need to make a choice. Am I willing to be in credit card debt for the next year and a half?
Well, I will just interrupt you because I don't want you to say those words. You can't, I don't want anybody to say those words. I can't afford it. Like, that's not a thing to put out there at all. Notice that I did not say those words. I
Okay.
said, I'm not going to pay that, or I don't have the money right now for that, or I'm trying to make so you have to shift the words because you can't keep putting those words out there. And I do put stuff on credit cards. I just signed up for a $12,000 mastermind myself. I'm 23 years into this business. You think you're going to stop coaching and stop investing in yourself? You're wrong because there's more to learn. There's always more to do. I put it on a credit card. It's a lower interest one, and I'm about ready to move it to a zero interest one, but it's the what I got to do. I'm not going to say like I didn't have it in the checking account, so I put it on the credit card. Who the hell cares? I'll pay it off because I know what I'm learning is going to make me more money. So you have to trust and have faith, and you have to do the right investments because some you cannot. it's not, it's going to be it really is impossible to learn everything you need to know about running a successful, consistently profitable business doing whatever it is. I don't care what your background is, if you have corporate background in marketing or whatever, there's always more to learn. There's always the next thing. There's always the software technology or website that you have to invest stuff in, or you need a team of a couple people to do things because you can't do them all and you're not going to master everything. You have to wrap your head around that.
There's an investment that gets to be made in an intelligent way, though. So for those
Yeah.
listening right now who are feeling completely overwhelmed and they know that they need systems, but they don't know where to start, what's the first thing that you think that they can automate or simplify this week for themselves?
Well, lead generation, the most important things in your business are lead generation, follow up, marketing, and sales. Nothing else. I mean, you're not going to make money without those things. So, lead generation brings in the new people. Follow up, and marketing does too. And follow up nurtures those people and educates those people. You're not just going to sell people. You're not just going to meet somebody one day and then boom, they're going to buy your thing. I wish it worked that way. Every once in a while, you'll have a hot person that needs what you have and they've been looking forever. And all of a sudden, you meet and you're like, oh, the gods open up and money comes in. It's not as common as newbies think for that to happen every day. It's a longer sales process these days. People have been burned and ripped off. You have to show proof and value and trust and credibility and all the things, and they have to see your stuff. So not only do they have to trust you and believe you're credible, but they actually have to see your stuff. Just by sending them an email because they're on your email list does not mean they're going to see it. It could be in your spam or the promotional folder and they may never see it. May never. I have some people, I go through my database. I'm like, huh, this gal has been on my list since last March, hasn't opened a single email. So I'm going to call her because I get phone numbers, or I'm going to mail her something because she actually gave me her mailing address. So, like, I'm going to make these extra efforts. There's certain things you can't automate. You have to go in but because of the automation, you can see these things then you can improve on, or at least you can get in front of people because the having people see your stuff is probably one of the biggest challenges and frustrations that I have. I know that.
Mhm. Yeah. So people could start small, but taking action on reaching out and nurturing those people, the power is in the follow-up, right?
The
Oftentimes.
power is in the follow. It really is, but in multiple different ways. That is the problem. Most people rely only on commenting or DMs or email. Okay. You cannot rely on just that. You
I
have to
love
do so many other things, which is why we need a team and automation because we can't be bothered with all these other little things that can be automated. We have to focus on the people and human interaction in this AI world. Yes, I'm using AI. Yes, of course I am. And I'm doing a lot of things with it and with automation, but I am interacting as a human with other humans. And that is my number one priority today.
Yes, I love that. And, you know, it's that connection, that human connection that cannot be replicated with AI. And then what's wrong with the old-fashioned smile and dial? I love that you pick up the phone and call people.
I do.
Yes, me too. I love to talk to
I
people.
still have a landline.
That's great. That's great. Well, I wonder how many people still actually have a landline. So that'll be interesting to
I
see.
don't know. I'll take a poll. Anybody, whoever's watching this, put
So
landline in the comments.
let's talk about the power of systems for freedom and lifestyle. So you talk a lot about freedom, not just
Mhm.
financial freedom, but lifestyle freedom. So what has automation made possible for you personally,
Mm.
and how do you see that it's changing the lives of your clients?
Well, I mean, let's just talk. People sign up for a call with you on your calendar scheduler system, right? then the scheduler sends them all the reminders. You don't have to. It sends them the Zoom link. You don't, as long as you put it in there, right? As long as you put the right information in, it spits the right information out.
That's
You don't have
amazing.
to do anything. And yes, there's some people that no show, but that's their thing, not the fact that the system's not working unless you didn't set the system up right. So that in itself, like you can get people on your call. You can just have, I had someone sign up for a call that saw me on Facebook and my link is on my Instagram. It's everywhere. For my scheduling, right? If you have it everywhere, the problem is most people don't have it everywhere. You're not making it easy for people to come to a call, to schedule a call, to get more information. 99% of the people that I talk to or have a call with don't even have their website linked on their Facebook or their LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn sometimes they do, but because it asks for your contact information, but on Facebook they don't even think about it. They have a Facebook business page. Well, I don't know what your business page is because you didn't link it to your personal profile. And I'm looking at your personal profile because that's where we're friends. I'm not looking at the business pages. Who cares about your business page? Nobody. Nobody but SEO and Google cares about your business page. So, like, you have to make it easy for people to buy or to get information or to come and sign up with you. And that's, I just, all these little nitty gritty things get overlooked. And those are the kind of things I love to fix. I look at everything. I'm a holistic business coach. I look at everything you're doing, saying, selling, posting, how you're offering it, how you're doing it, and then how it all flows together and where the holes and opportunities are.
I love that. Great, wonderful tips for our audience today. I'm gonna have to go check out my social media as well to make sure I've got things linked up. So
Right.
that's great advice. Yes. And so you've helped thousands of entrepreneurs not only grow but sustain their success. And there are many of our clients who are going to be with us here on the Global Cash Summit who are going to be at a level where they've sustained some success, right? But they want to be able to scale a little bit more. And so, what's one piece of advice you give to someone who's already making money, but feels like their business is fragile or dependent entirely upon them?
Well, there's most of the things I see. I do work with seasoned business owners. I work with new business owners. In the seasoned business owner bucket, usually they don't have enough team members, if they have any, or they're making money and they need a team now. Not just one virtual assistant, because usually one person does not do it all. Okay, you need multiple people to do different things. So putting in the right team of people, it doesn't have to break you. I mean, I think my team cost me like 500 bucks a month right now, and I'm getting a lot of shit done. So, like, you don't have to pay a lot of money, but that could be a next step. It could be up leveling the website. Maybe it's been 3, 4, 5 years since you did your website. It's time for an upgrade. Usually you're going to need to do things on your website every couple of years with new technology. And I don't agree with putting all your pages inside the CRM or inside the software. I personally have a WordPress website, two of them, and I have hundreds of pages there. It's easier for me. It's easier for other people to find it. If you have a bunch of landing page, anyways, it's just I look at all these things, right? Seasoned people also a lot of times don't have a high end enough program, dollar figure, right? If you don't have a $20,000 or a $30,000 program, guess what? You're never going to sell one. So maybe their high end offer is only 5,000 and they think they're doing great. Well, guess what? You could double that. You could probably triple it and then make the other one that's less, double that one, and then you make more money and you're doing the same exact thing. So
Right.
that could be something.
So you talked about team members. So who would be if someone doesn't have a team, they've been doing it solo, all on their own, who's the first person that you would hire? Would that be a salesperson? Would that be a VA?
No.
Who would
The
you?
last person you would hire would be a salesperson, unless you're some larger company with people on the ground or something, then you might need a salesperson. But I've been in sales all my life. Unless you're paying me 100 grand to sell for you, you're not going to find a good salesperson. Okay, so get that one out of your head. You have to learn how to sell your own stuff. Okay. And it is a learned skill. So you need to take sales training. You need to learn how to sell and be more comfortable. You need to learn how to be okay saying the word sales. For God's sakes, there's too many people out there that say, oh, it's icky. if you think it's icky, you should go get a job because you're not going to be making any money. You need to embrace the fact that if you have a business, you are a salesperson, and you need to keep honing your skills in that area. The first thing you can delegate some of the social media stuff you're doing, not all of it, because a lot of it needs to be human interaction, but there's a lot of regular posting, content posts, even engagement questions. It could be promotional stuff that you're doing. If you have a webinar coming up, you don't need to be the one posting all the webinar posts. Just figure out the strategy, what you're going to do, and let somebody else do that. So that would be one of the first things. A techie person. Everybody needs a techie person on how to set up the funnels and the workflows and the autoresponders and put the products in your CRM and, and figure out if there's any glitches going on and what's going on inside your CRM or your website. That is a mandatory, like everybody needs a techie person on hand. It doesn't mean you're paying them every month. Sometimes you only need them every couple months or something like that. But even your website on host, like I have a hosting company for my WordPress, and they have an hour of month included in the whatever I pay them, right? And so they do all my website updates because if you have a website, especially WordPress, and you don't do your monthly updates, then you go like 5, 6 months before you log in and look at it, and you have all these red things in there. Like people could be coming in and doing bad things,
Your
things
business.
to your website.
This has been
So
so
I could keep going, but that's a lot.
This so much, so much. Katrina, you are a wealth of information. This has been such a rich conversation already. Thank you for giving us a preview of what's coming up at the Global Cash Summit. For everyone else tuning in, you do not want to miss Katrina's live main stage session, Automate to Accelerate Systems That Free Your Time and Skyrocket Your Income. It's happening on November the 20th, and it will include live Q&A, so you can ask Katrina your questions directly. And if today resonated with you, go and grab her free gift, the Entrepreneur's Productivity and Profitability Checklist, and a bonus one-on-one business consult with her at
Ooh,
jumpstartyourbiznowcom/productivity
don't.
hyphen
No, they
checklist
only get that. You
hyphen.
shouldn't give that link out. They should only get that when they sign up. Stop it.
All right, that's true. Okay, I'll have to edit that one.
You
So
have
you
to
can,
register.
that's right.
Get
You can also explore
it. And
more of
you want it because it's like a 3-page document of all these things. You see all the things I rattled off today on things to do. It's those things, like all the little nitty-gritty things. You want that freebie. You need to get registered for the summit first, though.
That's right. That's right. So you can also explore more of Katrina's work at jumpstartyourbiznowcom and connect with her on social media, especially on Facebook and LinkedIn, where she shares tons of tips for entrepreneurs. Katrina, you're so generous. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so looking forward to sharing the stage with you at the summit. It is going to be incredible.
It is.
Thank you.